again, everyone. I'm going to take the next few moments to share another thought with you, and I hope you well. And again, the last time I shared some thought with you, we were talking about some of the challenges we were facing in our world today, and how those challenges do have long-lasting implication to the fact that they will be affecting other generations to come and not just our generation. And so I want to ask you a brief question today. Do you feel overwhelmed? Do you feel like you are drowning in a sea of noise? Do you feel like everything around you seems to be out of control? Well, see, there's a reason for that. There are forces that come in at us from every which way. And one of the ways I look at these forces is that we have 8 billion people on Earth, the first time in the history of the world that we have this quantitative number of human beings living at once. 8 billion people coming at us from every which way. And that's one of us. And the way I look at this is that within those 8 billion people, there is the past. In other words, previous generation to which our generation is responding to the things we inherit from them. And so that you have not just our generation that are alive, people that are alive, 8 billion people, but also the residual effect of things that we receive from previous generation also are coming at us. And so there's a sense of overwhelm. We feel like we are not in control of our lives. Sometimes some of us will even lose control of our mental, emotional, and psychological well-being, where things literally take over those areas of our lives. So there is a reason why that we feel overwhelmed, like we feel that we are drowning in a sea of noise. If you feel that way, I must tell you, you are not alone. Millions, and if not billions of people are experiencing the same symptoms that you are experiencing. And notice I use symptoms. And so what I'm going to share with you briefly today is to remind you not only what you're going through, but what's going on in our world at large are symptoms of something deeper. And it is my intention and my desire. I know there's a bunch of people out there who's telling us what's wrong with us. It is my intention and desire to share some thought with you as what you're seeing in the world and what you and I are experiencing are actually symptoms of something bigger, something larger, something more pervasive. And I would like to share those thoughts with you, and that is the purpose of our podcast, to look at those things from a broader and a more in-depth perspective, that the things we are experiencing, the feelings we have, the heaviness, the sense of things are out of control, the symptoms of something far deeper, far elusive than we can even imagine and think. And so I want to ask you, do you feel overwhelmed? Do you feel like heavy and you feel like you're drowning in the sea of chaos and turmoil? Not just your life, but the entire world of humanity. And again, there's a reason for that. And it's much more elusive than you can even imagine and think. It is my intention in our podcast to address those elusiveness of those pressure, those forces, those power you and I are experiencing, and of course, the whole world by itself. And I'm looking forward to engage you in our podcast conversation for the curious mind. Thank you.